Okay, we'll get started here. Do a brief check-in. We have a lot of things that we can cover. We'll see if we'll get through the whole thing. So again, we just want to bring ourselves into our body. Standing tall. Your eyes can remain open or you can close them if you'd like. There's so many things that can distract us from the moment we wake up till the time we lay our head back on the pillow again. Sometimes those distractions even pop up when we're sleeping. Just want to release those distractions right now. Focus on what it is we're about to embark on. Free ourselves to be able to move in any way we want. And allowing this practice to be translated into what happens through our daily lives and our daily activities. My opinion, the best way to do that is to bring yourself into your body rather than seeking to get out of it. So just allow yourself some time to bring yourself in. Allow yourself to relax. Release any tension that you might be holding on to. And bringing intention to what it is that you want to get done today. Maybe there's something that you learn that'll be new, something that you'll be reminded of that you knew from the past. Just take one more breath here. And if your eyes are closed, you can open them. We're just going to start with some very light and gentle pulsing. So having your feet a little wider than shoulder width, we're just going to let ourselves bounce. And then after every 5 or 6 bounces, we're just going to let ourselves sit and then stand and then resume the gentle pulse. And after 5 or 6, sit or stand again. And then gently seeing if you can increase your range of motion. Again, we're just trying to get ourselves ready, trying to have our body talk to us and see what it is that we need to learn that's going to help us today. Do one more. Just nice and easy. Very good. So we'll go with a really wide position here with our feet. And we're just going to start by pivoting our feet back and forth, turning ourselves so we're looking in one direction, and then pivoting to look 180 degrees in the other direction. And then once we have that footwork down, then what we're going to do is we're just going to add an overhead reach with it. So you can make that lungy feeling as big and as long as you'd like. Again, we've got a lot to consider here in terms of balance, change of orientation, looking from one direction to the other. So just focus on being smooth and coordinated. Let's do one more time in each direction. And you can shake that loose. And then with our arms out, we're just going to twist. So we're going to let our feet do the work. Allow yourselves to pivot. And then with our eyes, we're going to look for something behind us to get our head and ultimately our body to rotate. Trying to stay as long and as vertical as we can through our spine. And again, trying to feel as smooth and connected as we can. One more time in each direction. And then shake that loose. Do a side lean next, so you can either keep your arms crossed in front of you or you can raise them overhead without shrugging the shoulders. So keep those shoulders down. Feet stay anchored to the ground, and then we're just going to lean or tilt with our body from one side up to neutral and then back to the other side. And then slowly expanding that range of motion. Coordinating your breath with the movements. At those end ranges, if you want to just pause and hold it there, you can do that before transitioning and going to the other side, and then pausing and holding it there once again. Very good. And then arms down, shake it loose. And then just with the U swing, so again, the arms are light. We're allowing ourselves to pivot our feet, swinging those arms up, keeping them in the plane of your body or just in front of your body. Coordinating that breath, coordinating the inhale and the exhale with the movement. Watching those hands rise to the ceiling. One more time to each side. And we'll shake it loose. So there's going to be a lot of redundancy with this. And we'll be doing things one side at a time and then doing the same thing over onto the other side. You're welcome to use weight as you need to or want to, but you can go without weight for any of these as we always do. So the first thing we're going to do is a split squat. So I'll give you the side view. So remember, a split squat, one foot's forward, one foot's back. The heel is up off the floor, and we're just going to drop that back knee straight down. So it'll just look like this. Okay, so that's what we'll do starting in 5 seconds. In 2, 1, here we go. Your feet can be very narrow, like you're on a tightrope, or you can widen them out depending on your balance. It can be a big balance challenge as well as a strength challenge. Our body isn't really shifting forward or backward. We're just dropping that back knee straight down. 10 more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Shaking it loose. So we'll do that same thing, but we'll just switch which leg is forward and which foot is back. Starting in 10 seconds. In 2, 1, here we go. Halfway. Ten more seconds. 2, 1, and shake it loose. So again, you can use weight if you want. For the purpose of demonstration, I'll go without it. So you can do what we just did, which is a split squat, or you can add a backward lunge to it. So we'll go from here, split squat, up to backward lunge. Okay, so that's the whole movement. It's doing the whole split squat, then adding the backward lunge to it. Okay, we'll start in 5 seconds. 2, 1, here we go. We want to make each one distinct. So that back foot placement changes just a little bit. As we move to the backward lunge, the weight stays on that front leg, and the back leg stays straight. Twenty more seconds. 10 left. 2, 1, and shake it loose. Repeating that same thing on the other leg. I think we actually went about 5 seconds too long, so I'll give you a little extra break here. And then we'll repeat that again. Just do the best you can. We'll start in 10 seconds. Starting in 5, 2, 1, here we go. Ten more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Good job. Good job. Shake it loose. So we're going to do the same thing with the legs, but this time, when we do the backward lunge, we're going to extend with the leg that steps back, the same side leg. So as I step back with my left leg, I reach forward with my left arm. Okay? Or you could say I'm going to reach with the opposite arm of the leg that's supporting my weight. Okay? So again, if you want weight in your hand as you do this, you can. There will only be a weight in the arm that's pushing forward or reaching forward. Here we go in 3, 2, and 1. Split squat, backward lunge, and reach. Split squat, backward lunge, and reach. Ten more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Shake it loose. So we'll repeat that same thing, reversing it. Opposite arm and leg doing the work. Here we go in 3, 2, and 1. Fifteen more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Shake it loose. Good job. One more time in this group. Same concept, but instead of reaching forward, we're going to reach overhead. So again, if you want a weight in your hand, you can do that, but only there'll be one weight in one single hand, not a weight in each hand. So again, whatever leg is the lead leg the opposite arm is going to be doing the overhead reach. Okay. All right, here we go. In 3, 2, and 1. Split squat, backward lunge, overhead reach. Ten more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. And we'll repeat that with the arm and leg reversed. And we'll start in 5 seconds. 2, 1, here we go. Ten more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Grab a drink, catch your breath, and we'll move on to what's next. And what's next will be a wide stance position with a front cross. So in this wide position, our arms will be out. We're going to hinge and cross the arms forward and then come back up into the up position. Okay, so again, if you want weights, you can have a weight in each hand. We'll start in 3, 2, and 1. Sit the hips back, hinge forward, cross those arms, and then come back up to top. Feel a big stretch in the legs. Arms stay straight at the elbows. Knees stay straight without being locked out. Five more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Shake it loose. In that wide stance position, we're going to keep our feet somewhat locked. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn and reach and pivot. And then I'll pull back. And then turn and reach and pivot with the other side. And pull back. So it's like a punch and then a pull. Okay, starting in 5 seconds. In 2, 1, here we go. Total body movement here. Stay smooth, slow is smooth, smooth will become fast. Five seconds left. 3, 2, and 1. Very good. Next, we're going to do uppercuts kind of at a diagonal. So I'm going to keep my elbows bent. I can hold weight, and I'm going to turn, rotate my body up, turn and rotate my body up. So it's like my arms are making an X, but I'm not extending my arm. I'm just rotating with my body. Okay. Start in 5 seconds. Keep the elbows bent. in 2, 1. Here we go. Ten seconds left. 3, 2, and 1. Good job. Go ahead and get your drink, catch your breath, and we'll move on to next. Be doing a lot of balance in these next coming movements. The weight is optional again. What we're going to do is we're going to have our legs stay straight at the knee. And what we're going to do is we're going to alternate trying to reach one hand and then the other hand to the floor. So as I keep my legs straight, I'm trying to reach as far down with my right arm, come up, and then reach as far down as I can with my left arm, and then just alternate from there. Okay, we'll start in 5 seconds. Pick your leg, knee straight, and here we go. Keeping the knee as straight as you can. Ten more seconds. 2 and 1. Shake it loose. Good job. As you can see, like what I did, if you just need a toe touch real briefly with the other leg, you can go ahead and do that, reestablish your balance, and then just try and pick it up where you left off. Other leg, starting in 5 seconds. In 2, 1. Here we go. Ten seconds left. 3, 2, and 1. Not a very good demo guy, am I? All right. Back to single leg balance, a skateboarder lunge and reach. So the same arm and leg are going to be kind of doing the moving. So I'm going to use them to swing my leg, my non-balanced leg, and then with the same side hand, I'm going to reach down to the floor, come up, and then repeat that same process again. Kicking with the leg, then reaching with the hand down to the floor. We'll start with 5 seconds. Pick your leg you're going to use to balance. 2, 1, and here we go. Ten more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Shake it loose. We'll repeat that same thing on the other side. Just do the best you can. Stay within yourself. See how both sides are working together. We'll start again in 5 seconds. In 2, 1. Here we go. Keep breathing. 10 seconds left. 3, 2, and 1. Single leg balance. This time we'll do the same alternating floor touch with the hand, but this time you're allowed to bend the knee, the hip, and the ankle. So you can bend as much as you need to reach to the floor, as opposed to last time when we were trying to keep the legs straight at the knee. So you can bend wherever you need to bend to get to as close to the floor as you want, but we're going to alternate hands down to the floor. So we'll start in 5 seconds. In 2, 1, here we go. Keep breathing. 10 more seconds. 2, 1, shake it loose. Switching to the other leg. We'll start in 10 seconds. Same thing, alternating hands to the ground. Let your knees bend. 2, 1, here we go. Inhale and exhale. Bend as much as you need to at the hip, the knee, and the ankle to lower yourself down. 5 more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Shake it off, grab a drink, catch your breath. And we'll pick it up on the next group. So this will be lunging. So it's going to be a diagonal lunge. So there's going to be one leg that's stepping forward and back, but it's going to be at a diagonal. So let's do it this way. We'll start with the right foot. We're going to reach out at a 45 forward. Then we'll come back and we're going to reach behind at a 45 degree. Okay. So when I go forward with the right leg is taking the weight. But when I reach back with the right, it makes the left leg do the work. Okay. So reaching forward at a 45 and then backward at a 45 with the right foot. We'll start in 5 seconds. In 2, 1, here we go. Trying to keep your body as square to your camera as you can. We'll feel a little more rotation that way. 10 more seconds. 2, 1, and shake it loose. Repeating that same thing, left forward at a 45, then left behind at your 45. Going in 5 seconds. In 2, 1, here we go. Smooth as you can be on that transitional point. Ten more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Good job. So we're going to do that same diagonal pattern that we just did. What we're going to do is when I step forward with the right leg, I'm going to reach forward with the opposite arm. As I step back with the right leg, I'm going to reach forward with my right arm. So left arm forward, right arm back, reaching straight ahead. The footwork is the same as we just did. We'll start in 5 seconds. Do the best you can. In 2, 1, here we go. What you'll notice is that the leg that's doing the work, it's the opposite arm that's reaching forward. So when I step forward, the left arm is reaching forward. As I step back, the right arm is reaching forward. Ten more seconds. 2, 1, and shake it loose. Same concept, just reversing it. So as I left forward lunge, I reach with my right arm. As I step back with my left leg, I reach forward with my left arm. Okay, the leg that's working, you reach with the opposite hand. Here we go. In 2, 1, and go. Five more seconds. 2, 1, shake it loose. Same concept, but instead of reaching forward, we're reaching overhead. Okay. If the reaches aren't working, go to the reach that was working, or if you can't do any of the reaches, then just default back to the footwork. Go back to the lunge. Right foot forward, starting in 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. Adding the overhead reach. Ten more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Shaking it loose. You got it. Repeating the same thing on the other side. Starting in 10 seconds. Going in 5, 2, 1. Here we go. Ten more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Catch your breath, grab a drink. We're on the hold and stretch. We're going to try to get through the whole thing. We're going to go back to what's familiar with you, that wide stance position and doing the front cross. So we've already done this once. We're going to repeat it again. If you use the same weight, it might feel a little more challenging because of the fatigue. That's okay. We want to focus on good movement quality though. Defer to good movement quality. We'll start in 10 seconds. Again, good 3 points of contact through your spine this whole time. Starting in 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. Ten more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. And then back to the pivot, press, and reach. So the last time we did this, we pivoted and we did it like so, right? This time we're going to turn our hands so that when we reach, we're reaching with palms up. So you can see how sometimes it's easy in this position to get into one of these things. So we want to keep those shoulders down as we reach across, okay? With or without weight, starting in 10 seconds. In 2, 1, here we go. Ten more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Good job. In that same wide position, we're going to do a diagonal high pull. So I'm going to reach across and I'm going to pull up, keeping my elbow above the weight. Once I'm up here, I reach down to the other side and pull up. And so I'm going to alternate pulling up, okay? With or without weight. Again, you can adjust as you need to. Starting in 10 seconds. Go at a pace that serves you as long as you're doing good technique. In 2, 1, here we go. So it's almost like a modified lunge with our feet being anchored in order to bend down to get the weight to the floor. So we don't just bend at the waist, we're lowering our hips by bending at the hip, the knee, at the ankle. Ten more seconds. 2, 1. Oh, masterful job. Okay, with or without weight, we're going to be in a split squat position. And what we're going to do from here is we're going to reach, and then we're going to side lean. Then we'll come back and we'll reach and we'll side lean. Okay, so you can do the reach without the weight, or you can have weight in hand. We want to hold that low split squat position. So we'll do it with each leg forward. We'll start at 5 seconds. Pick your leg position. In 2, 1, here we go. Reaching up and then leaning. Back to neutral. Other side, reach up and then add the lean. Ten more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Oh. Same thing with the legs reversed. We'll start in 10 seconds. Starting in 5 seconds. 2, 1, here we go. I'm okay. Ten seconds left. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, this is the last one. Again, it'll be a split squat position. It'll be kind of a side lean type movement, but instead of reaching overhead, we're just going to reach to the floor. So we're just going to reach side to side. So we have to lean to reach, which is going to disturb our balance a little bit. So again, you can keep your feet really narrow or you can split them apart a little bit. Totally up to you. So pick your foot position. We'll start in 5 seconds. In 2, 1, here we go. Trying to lean to the floor on both sides. Ten more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Oh, shake it loose. We'll do that again with the feet reversed. Starting in 10 seconds. In 5, 2, 1, here we go. Ten more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. And weights down, grab a drink, catch your breath. Okay. Shake everything out. Catch your breath. Okay, so I'm going to cross my right foot over my left, reaching up with my left hand, grabbing that wrist with my right hand and pulling myself over to the right. Opening everything up on the left side. And up, unfurl, shake it loose. Left over right this time, reaching up with the right hand, grabbing the left wrist and pulling to your left. Still able to breathe in this position. Avoid any breath holding, which will just contribute to more tension holding. Release tension with that exhale. Coming up, Releasing, shaking everything loose. Okay, we're going to walk the fingers down the legs. We're going to let the knees bend as much as we need to get our fingers as close to the floor as we can. Once our fingers are there, keep breathing, hold your fingers there, and then gently straighten your legs. Keep breathing. Then let your knees bend, the hips will drop, and then we'll walk the fingers back up. Standing tall, shake it loose just a little bit. We'll repeat that one more time. So walking the fingers down, allowing the knees to bend once you cross the knees. Bend, bend, bend to get those fingers down to your feet and then down to the floor. Keep breathing as you hold it there. Now straighten those knees out. And then bend the knees, drop the hips. Walk the fingers back up the legs. Standing nice and tall. Same concept, but this time we won't let the knees bend. So we're going to walk the fingers down. We're going to keep the legs straight without locking them out. So walk those fingers down as far as you comfortably can. Once you get to that bottom point, pause and hold it there for a breath or two. And then allow yourself to walk the fingers back up. And again, we'll do that one more time, walking those fingers down. Again, we don't want the legs to be locked at the knees, but we want to keep them straight. Find that furthest point you can get to, pause, and so you can take a breath there, then walk it back up. Nice and tall, shaking it loose. So to get into a stride or lengthening position, so my left leg will be forward, my right leg will be back. I'm going to reach up with my right arm, up, and then I'm going to reach over to my left. Really opening up the front of that hip on the right side. Then coming back to neutral, letting that arm down. Coming up to standing, shake it loose. I'll give you the front view this time. So now my right foot is forward, my left foot is back, keeping this back leg straight, opening up the hip. Then I'm going to reach up, and then I'm going to lean over to my right. Again, trying to open up everything on this side of the hip. Still able to breathe here. Coming back up to neutral, letting that arm down, stepping up. Stand tall, reach tall with a big inhale. And with an exhale, arms out, arms down. And that was good work. So thanks for joining me today. I hope you did a good workout. Hope it worked out for you. If you have any comments about this, list them in the video below so everyone else can learn from you. Thanks, you guys. See you next time.